Hey, I don't know if I'm on camera. Hey, my name's Tommy Smith. Uh, I'm from Lincoln City, Oregon. I'm gonna talk about getting in the casino business. I got in the name of the casino I work at is called Chinook Winds Casino. The camera's all fucked up. Anyways, the business is called Chinook Winds Casino Resort. We're here on the Oregon coast. I want to talk about how I got into the casino business. I've worked all over from poker to blackjack, craps, roulette. I've done it all. I've supervised. Um, I've been in the business for a long time. So anybody that wants to watch it, feel free to watch this video. Hit it up, like it if you want. But anyways, here we go. So I was doing construction when I got out of high school. Didn't really like it. It was really, really hard. I My body was starting to break down. I was making killer money, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to go to college. I hated school the first time. But ended up getting done with fucking, I was living in a town called Salem, Oregon. Went to high school in McMinnville. But I really was done with construction. So ended up moving down to Lincoln City because I knew they had a casino down here. And they had a casino up the road too. But I always dreamed about living on the beach because come on, who doesn't want to live on the beach? You know what I'm saying? And always wanted to live on the beach, and so ended up coming down here. My parents lived here at the time. They moved down. They came down because they moved us here from Ohio. We'll get into that. I'm from Cincinnati. We'll get into all that, but um, yeah, they moved down, and I ended up staying with them. Ended up getting a job at the casino. And I was cleaning toilets, fucking, emptying ashtrays, fucking pushing that fucking shampoo around. I did all that shit. And I was waiting for the fucking, basically, I got down there and I was waiting for the fucking first fucking blackjack school to show up. Because, you know what I mean? I knew that's where there was money there. And my buddy Bo Bryan, shout out if you're out there, Bo, I love you. I went to high school with him. He was the one who actually got me to take the blackjack school and said, hey, you can make money down here. And you know what I mean? I ran into him down here when I came down. I saw him at a bar. The bar is called The Pines. And he's like, go to the blackjack school. You'll make money. But ended up taking the class. Ton of people in it. Met a whole bunch of friends. Two of my good friends right now I can talk about right now. I'm not going to talk about them. But ended up, graduating, getting into dealing. Obviously, you start with blackjack, so they're just going to burn you into that, and then you learn how to break down money. You learn how to fan out bills, everything you need to know that you want to know as a dealer. Most dealers know that, and then after that, you expand and you learn the rest of the games, how far you want to go. There's so many you got to learn. But I mean, when you expand, you want to learn more shit, and they pay you. You can make a little bit more money fucking doing the rest of the shit. But ended up getting into that, and then totally getting to a spot where I was in the business for about probably 3 years, two or 3 years, and then I decided there was a lot of money in poker, so there was so much money in poker. Like poker was hot, fucking goddamn fucking Jeff Gordon for the fucking NASCAR was playing it. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone was playing poker, so I ended up transferring to poker and going over to that side because of the money. It was the World Series of Poker blew up. There was all kinds of shit going on. I mean, oh yeah, and then they started telling me, hey man, what you mean? They're throwing you like a fucking dollar or two every fucking hand, and if you can deal out a lot of hands, you can fucking make some money, and you keep all your own shit. You don't share it. You don't share it with nobody. And I was just like, that sounds good. And I had a couple of my friends who I'm not going to name. They went over to that side. They went to the poker side because the poker side is a different side of the casino business. It's, there's gaming, blackjack, fucking roulette, all that shit. And then you have poker. So poker's over there. So I was actually asked because they knew I knew. One of the very first games I ever learned in the casino was poker. And I was working facilities and I took a class and then I learned it and dealt a tournament. But anyways, all that. But I went back. I went to table games, went to be a table games dealer. But then I went back to poker. And then poker basically got me to where I was making killer money, man. I was making really good money. I was happy, but the hour, here's the thing about poker, where we worked at Chinook Winds Casino Resort, the hours are crazy. The hours were crazy back then. We don't have poker no more, but the hours were crazy. You'd work like a 12 or a 12 was nothing. Like a 13, but you got 3 days off. For a while there, I got to where there was 3 days off. You know what I mean? I'm not saying any names in this video as far as my bosses or anything like that as far as fucking who did all that shit. But I am gonna say that one of my bosses, like they eventually they got us down to like, you're gonna have 3 days off, but you're gonna work hard those 4 days, and we were cool with that. You work at 12 because I was young, you work at 12, and you're making killer money. You walk out there with like, I'm not even gonna say how much, but like a good day by yourself dealing if you're good and you can be fast. And I wasn't the fastest, my homies were, but I mean if you could be fast, I mean you could make some killer money. So I did that, dealt there in that poker room for about 10 years, and then like after that, it got to the point where it was kind of like started dying down. Poker was starting to die down because there's no money in poker for a casino. Everybody knows that. I mean, like shit goes up, everything, inflation, everything went up to the point to where, excuse me, like there's like they couldn't. I mean, you're hoping that you break even with it, right? You're hoping you break even. You're not going to make any money, but we can break even because it brings other motherfuckers in. But it stopped going down, and then I was offered the opportunity by my boss that I care about a lot, a good friend of mine, like I said, I'm not saying any names, but he came in and said, hey, you know what, there's going to be, the hours are going to get shorted in poker. So if you still, because I was one of the top dogs in poker, you know what I'm saying, me and one other guy that I'm actually neighbors with him, and I love him to death, he's my homie. I'm not going to say no names. But anyways, he said, he's like, the hours are going to get shortened. And he's like, I know you like your full time. You want your hours. You never EO. This is back in the day. I EO now because I'm getting older. But he said that if you want, we can get you back in the pit. And I was like, well, yeah, I want to. I mean, you know what I mean? I got my daughter's 9, 8, whatever she was at the time. And it's like, yeah, I got to go fucking back to the pit. So he got me back in the pit. And then the poker room ended up shutting down. Not because of COVID. This is pre-COVID. Like, COVID probably would have shut it down, but pre-COVID, it just got to the point to where, like, it just wasn't making any money. And poker rooms shut down all over the fucking nation. I mean, come on now. We're not talking about fucking shit. Poker rooms shut down. Like, it's just, right now, they're different. I hope they open back up because there's people out there that want to play, but they just shut down. And I got back in the pit. Now, I haven't dealt in the pit in like 5 years. I don't even know how long it's been. It's probably been longer than that. And I'm rusty. I got all my girls. I got all my guys. People I used to work with that were in the pit a long time ago that came back to help me. That, I went off that way and I came back. There's some new people, obviously, but I came back. Like I said, I wish I could say some names right now, but I don't want to be disrespectful. But they helped me get my hands back in the pit, blackjack, all these little carny games, all the fucking shit. And then I remember I dealt for a little while. My boss, who's a great guy, he's bald-headed just like me. I'm going to say that. I'll say that. My bald-headed boss. And then he's got glasses. He works there. But anyways, he said, oh, you know roulette. I was like, yeah, I know roulette. I dealt it before. I didn't know craps yet. I didn't know craps. But he said, roulette? He's like, because they're always short roulette dealers where I work at. I mean, it's like, that game's just like, it's hard to fucking get people to deal it. And it's kind of a grind. But anyways, he's like, we got to get you auditions. I'm like, all right, man. Like, I'm down to do it. We set it up a couple days in the back. We get it done. And then, obviously, there's craps class that comes up. And I never wanted to deal craps. I never wanted to deal it. Just because I didn't really, want to talk to anyone. I was always a solo dealer. So, I didn't want to, be with a whole crew. And I ended up taking the class because Harvey put my name on the class. And he actually said, hey, man, I'm making a video. And I told him, hey, I'll try it. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I had 3 good friends that I knew in the class. And I actually ended up being really good friends with these guys. I ended up being really good friends with these guys. And I ended up, we all did good. We all ended up graduating out of the class. And I basically just, ended up getting into it, passing in it. I took an audition. I made it. I don't know. Maybe they got me through it. I never thought I was the greatest craps dealer. But I did think that at the end of the day, combinationally, I was good with the people. I brought money in. I'm not going to get in on that because I'll probably get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with Chinook Wins, but I made, but I did it for a few years. I ended up, realizing, you know what? Didn't like craps. I didn't like working with other dealers. I liked working solo. I like working alone, and ended up actually dropping it. Actually, and I lost some pay because of it. Because they give you bonuses for certain deals at work. They'll give you like so much for roulette. They'll give you so much for pie. Not at our work, but they'll give you so much for craps. And I ended up dropping it, taking a pay cut, getting back into the rotation in the pit area to where you jump from game to game, 3-card, let it ride, pie gal, blackjack, single deck, ultimate, whatever you're dealing. And I ended up getting back into that. And then basically supervising, as far as supervising, I supervised for a long time in poker. I ended up doing, a lot for another friend of mine that I'm not going to talk about on video. She's a great person, and I ended up just getting into supervising. That's a whole nother ball game, because when you supervise, you don't have to worry about the players so much. I mean, you got to worry about the dealer, because the dealers fuck around a lot. You know what I mean? So you got to watch the dealers. The dealers are always not clearing their hands. They're not doing shit the way they're supposed to be. Yes, you do have to watch the players, but then, it's basically just a whole other animal. And got into that, and then supervising. I figured that wasn't my theme, because really, at the end of the day, I didn't want to supervise. So I liked wearing that tie, but it wasn't that cool. So went back to dealing, and then got into basically just following a line and being a good dealer, and now. I'm going to make another video, okay? That was pretty much the introduction to my life as being a table games dealer at Chinook Winds Casino. I'm going to post this. If you guys want to see it, whatever. But, that's really, if you ask any dealer around, because I've been dealing for fucking 15 years, that's the life, you know what I mean? You can do what you want. But anyways, I'm going to hit another one up as far as something else. But I'll see you next time.